At ease. Call. Stand at ease.
These warriors picked up their mantle of duty and service, knowing that to live for others meant always that they might die for others. They gave everything, and we owe them everything and much, much more. Every Gold Star family fights a battle long after the victory is won, and today we lift you up and we hold you high. Our debt to them is eternal, and it does not diminish with time. It only grows and grows and grows with each passing year. The greatest monument to their courage is not carved in marble or cast in bronze. It's all around us, an American nation, 325 million strong. Thank you, thank you, thank you for giving America the brightest light in your lives.
First Lady Melania Trump at FLOTUS. As we remember our heroes, let us not only mourn their loss but also celebrate their bravery. Each life lost serves as a poignant reminder of the price paid for our rights and the values we hold dear. Posted 7:50 a.m. 05/26/25.
And I think it was a very big success, and it was a lot of good work over the last couple of days. Being at West Point yesterday was incredible, what incredible people they are. And I think it was a very big success, and it was an honor to be there. Very importantly, we had some very good talks with Iran yesterday and today, and let's see what happens. But I think we could have some good news on the Iran front. Likewise with Hamas on Gaza. We want to see if we can stop that. And Israel, we've been talking to them, and we want to see if we can stop that whole situation as quickly as possible. But having to do with nuclear, we've had some very, very good talks with Iran, and I don't know if I'll be telling you anything good or bad over the next 2 days, but I have a feeling I might be telling you something good. We've had some real progress, serious progress. On any other front, I don't know. Do you have any questions?
Do you have a message for the Senate? A lot of Republicans have said there are going to be significant changes to the budget bill.
Well, I want the Senate and the senators to change, to make the changes they want, and we'll go back to the House and we'll see if we can get them. In some cases, those changes maybe are something I'd agree with, to be honest. It happens. But we've had a very good response from the Senate, and I don't know how Democrats can't vote for it. If they don't vote for it, they're talking about a 68% tax increase. Remember that. If the Democrats don't vote, it's a 68% tax increase, which is ridiculous. And one of the things that's being covered indirectly is the fact that we'll be lowering the cost of drugs from 50 to 85% under Trump. And it's going to have indirectly something to do, not directly, but indirectly something to do with the bill, the one big, beautiful bill. And it is a big, beautiful bill. And so I think the Senate is going to get there. I hope they're going to get there. I think they're going to have changes. Some will be minor and some will be, fairly significant. But we've been working with the House all the way up. They've been working together. And the Speaker has been working with the leader of the Senate. And, they've done a great job. John Thune and Mike Johnson have done a fantastic job. They've been working together all the way up. So hopefully that'll be fine.
President Trump, Anthony Cuomo, he's under federal investigation. Do you have a comment on that and how that should impact the mayoral election coming up?
No, I was surprised. I didn't know exactly. I just read about it just like you did, having to do with Andrew. I've known Andrew, and we've had an on-off relationship. He was saying the greatest things about me. I'm the greatest president, etc. And then the next day it hit us. But I did a lot for them. I brought in the ship during the COVID crisis. I brought in the Mercy ship, and I built about 3,000 units in the Javits Convention Center, and he didn't use them. I don't understand it. He wanted them, but he didn't use them. But I hope it's going to be okay. I hope it's not going to be serious for him. Let's see what happens.
You spoke to European Commission President von der Leyen. Did you discuss the 50% tariffs, and did you agree to release?
She just called me, as you know, and she asked for an extension on the June 1st date. And she said she wants to get down to serious negotiation because I've told you specifically, I told anybody that would listen, they have to do that. And we had a very nice call, and I agreed to move it. I believe June 9th would be, July 9th would be the date. That was the date she requested. Could we move it from June 1st to July 9th? And I agreed to do that. And that she said we will rapidly get together and see if we can work something out.
Another question. You announced on Friday about U.S. Steel and Nippon Steel.
Yeah.
What will the ownership structure look like? What made you satisfied about it?
It'll be controlled by the United States. Otherwise, I wouldn't make the deal. I went to the unions, to all of the local unions. They all wanted it. And I'm doing it because all of the congressmen came in, about 5 of them, and the others, I understand, are in concurrence, and they asked that I do it. Everybody seems to want it, and we'll see. I mean, we'll see what the final is. but they're going to invest billions of dollars in steel, and it's a good company. Nissan's a very good company. We'll see. But it's an investment, and it's a partial ownership, but it'll be controlled by the USA. Yeah, I'll give you an update. I'm not happy with what Putin's doing. He's killing a lot of people, and I don't know what the hell happened to Putin. I've known him a long time, always gotten along with him, but he's sending rockets into cities and killing people, and I don't like it at all, okay? We're in the middle of talking, and he's shooting rockets into Kiev and other cities. I don't like it at all.
Mr. President, what do you want to do about that?
I'm surprised. I'm very surprised. We'll see what we're going to do. What am I going to tell you? You're the fake news, aren't you? You're totally fake. All right, any other questions? I don't like what Putin is doing, not even a little bit. He's killing people. And something happened to this guy, and I don't like it.
So now they're crying over toys made in China. They say tariffs will ruin Christmas. I say good. Maybe it's time your kids learn where things come from. Not everything shows up in a box with a smile. We gave China our factories. They gave us cheap junk. Now we take it back. And if a few kids miss out on plastic garbage this year, blame the deals you voted for.
The kids today they're struggling. The 20-year-olds, there's no jobs for them out there.
Who gets all the jobs?
The migrants. The companies get to hire the migrants. When they hire them, they pay them less. Okay? And also, they could get kickbacks from the government. I own a convenience store, for instance. I hire you. You're from India. Then I get an MLR9. I get to hire you. And basically what happens is I pay you $20 an hour. The government every 3 months gives me a 30% kickback. I was in Prince George, my hometown. The people at the movie theater, the lady was telling me she doesn't want to work here anymore because everyone she works with is Indian and they all speak Punjab. So she goes to work. She's a Canadian kid that grew up in a small conservative town that can't work in a place because no one that she works with actually speaks English because they come here and they don't speak English either. If you were that person that owned the movie theater and your cost of doing business were, 30% went straight into just hiring the kids, hiring employees. Now, if that 30% now have to pay 60% of that 30% because you got that all back, you're going to make more money. So what do people do? They take care of themselves and their family. So they will hire those people because their family is going to get rewarded as a result.
My kind of skywriter. They are lying to you.
5 planes doing it at the same time.
They are dead serious.
That's the second one.
Oh yeah, there was one over there saying they're lying to you and they did it again. They are lying to you.
Who's lying to who about what?
Well, you know who they are.
U.S. military prepares for the U.S. Army's 250th birthday military parade in D.C. at 6 p.m. 6 o'clock can be dangerous. Q.
The planning and preparation for the military parade that's scheduled on June 14th of 2025 to celebrate the Army's 250th birthday, as well as President Donald Trump's 79th birthday, is well underway. Approximately 6,600 soldiers from at least 11 Army corps and divisions nationwide are planning to participate, including active duty service members, students from U.S. military academies, and civilian participants such as veterans groups, military colleges, and reenactors. So far, the parade is going to be featuring around 150 military vehicles, including Stryker vehicles, M1 Abrams tanks, Bradley fighting vehicles, Humvees, Paladin artillery, and howitzers. In addition to that, there's also going to be 50 aircraft such as CH-47 Chinooks, the UH-60 Blackhawk helicopter, among other things, including a flyover that's supposed to be happening. On top of all that, the Army's Golden Knights parachute team will be performing a jump, landing near the viewing stands, potentially delivering a flag to VIPs. troops. 7 Army bands and 2 civilian bands will be providing music. Historical vehicles and aircraft from conflicts like the Revolutionary War, Civil War, and modern wars will be showcased. The parade is supposed to begin at around 6 p.m. at the Pentagon's North parking lot, and it's going to proceed over the Memorial Bridge past the Lincoln Memorial and continue along Constitution Avenue, ending at 15th Street near the National Mall. A presidential review stand, bleachers, and a concert stage will be set up on the ellipse. Apparently, there's going to be thousands of soldiers being housed in government buildings such as those of the General Services Administration and the Department of Agriculture, sleeping on cots and eating mostly MREs. And soldiers will also receive a stipend for this. A lot of the equipment and troops will be transported primarily by train from bases like Fort Bliss, Texas, Fort Drum, New York, and other locations.
From the Victoria Education and Training website, Victorian government. And I'll quote their own words because it's very instructive. There may arise circumstances in which students wish to change their gender identity without the consent of their parents. Okay, that probably happens, I guess. It will be necessary for the school to consider whether the student is a mature minor. Now, there's an interesting concept, a mature minor. Really? You can't get a tattoo until you're 18, but if you're a mature minor, other things are open to you. Okay. It's up to the school to determine whether the student is a mature minor, enabling the student to permissibly make decisions for themselves without parental consent. So the school is authorised to make decisions about your kids without telling you. Anybody feeling uneasy at this point? Gets better. Principals will need to be satisfied that the student has sufficient maturity. Well, hooray for the principals. Isn't that great? I know my school principal. When my kids go to school, I wouldn't trust them as far as I can throw them, and I'm pretty strong. Should the school consider that the student is a mature minor, in these circumstances, it may not be appropriate for the student's family representative or carer to be invited to participate in formulating the school management plan. So how about that? Mr. Principal can now do something with your kid that you're not allowed to know about. This is law in Victoria. It is coming to every other Australian state. As I said, they are the vanguard. Did you vote for that? I'll bet you didn't. This was delivered to you by the Labor Party, the Greens, the Liberal Party, and the Nationals, because members of all those parties put that through. I'm not saying the party, so don't get angry at me and don't throw rocks because your particular jersey's up on the screen. I'm presenting the facts, you get to make the decisions. Of course, there are good people within the membership. Got it. Absolutely. But as my great uncle used to say to me, and he was a hard man, he was a very hard man, silence is consent. In politics, silence is consent. And it's as simple as that.
On the RV front, the news is non-existent this morning. I do not believe that any banks worked over the weekend, meaning redemption centers were not staffed, or at least I can't find any evidence thereof. My contact has still not checked in that works in wealth management, so I don't know for certain. But I think we would have had word that we have too many folks that work in that, or excuse me, are slated to work on that side of things in the industry. And I'm just not hearing that anybody worked. I think it was a kind of a nothing burger weekend on that front. Not saying that a lot of fun things didn't happen. One of my key group people was in Virginia instead of out in the desert. So I feel pretty confident they were not shooting for the weekend. I've not heard anything negative. I also have not heard anything positive this morning. Hopefully we will start getting news breaking later today or first thing in the morning. I don't know if it'll be as quickly, or the news will hit us as quick today, tomorrow as a normal week, because we were shut down for a 3-day weekend, meaning it might be Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday before we get much news. But I will keep shaking the trees, rattling the cages, whatever you guys want to call it. Just a very, even out of Iraq, and extremely, it's like the whole world took a vacation on this Memorial weekend.
Donald J. Trump on Truth. Happy Memorial Day to all, including the scum that spent the last 4 years trying to destroy our country through warped radical left minds who allowed 21 million people to illegally enter our country, many of them being criminals and the mentally insane, through an open border that only an incompetent president would approve, and through judges who are on a mission to keep murderers, drug dealers, rapists, gang members, and released prisoners from all over the world in our country so they can rob, murder, and rape again, all protected by these USA-hating judges who suffer from an ideology that is sick and very dangerous for our country. Hopefully, the United States Supreme Court and other good and compassionate judges throughout the land will save us from the decisions of the monsters who want our country to go to hell. But fear not, we have made great progress over the last 4 months, and America will soon be safe and great again. Again, happy Memorial Day, and God bless America. Hunter Eagleman posted on X, pass it on. June is now Veterans Appreciation Month. The month of June is now declared Veteran Appreciation Month by we the people. If wars can be started by lies, peace can be started by truth. Julian Assange. But as the days of Noah were, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. But as the days of Noah were, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be. Matthew 24, verse 37. The great flood is coming, but this time it's not water, it's liquidity, cleansing the system, drowning corruption, washing away the old, ushering in the new financial arc. Those prepared will ride the wave, the rest washed out with the fiat tide. U.S. Debt Clock. Traitor Hunter 78 posted 1:35 a.m. May 27, 2025. Enter Sandman, Godspeed at POTUS. Let the thunder roll, we are ready. Trader Girl Q, love it. Trader Hunter 78, hope you're feeling better and ready for the fireworks. So what's he got here? The comment there, Sandman, I get it. Smooth Ray, posted on X, May 26, 2025, 2:07 a.m. Free the people of Iraq, Iran, Palestine, slavery, citizens worldwide. That's it. This the post. Majid posted on X, 4:07 a.m. May 27, 2025. Iran officially in collapse. Robin posted on X, alert breaking. Truck drivers in various regions of Iran have gone on strike and plan to keep it going. These strikes have formed as a demand for the return of the Pahlavi monarchy to Iran. SCOTUSblog. Supreme Court allows Trump to remove agency heads without cause for now. The Supreme Court on Thursday granted the Trump administration's request to pause orders by federal judges that required government officials to allow board members at 2 independent federal agencies. It's quite a long article, so JR comments, this is massive news. This is going to speed up everything publicly. Deep State will riot. That will bring on the EBS. I hope so. Let alone everything privately. Another great cover for the RV. LFGGG. Pascal Najadi, USSF, at JFK Pascal Najad, 12:05 p.m., May 27, 2025. We are 48 hours away from an event that will change your life forever. He said something similar recently. Okay. 48 hours. When did you post this? 12:05 p.m., 27th of May. Tick, tock. Debs. Why do people keep tweeting the same thing over and over? We've seen these same tweets so many times now, no one will know if there's a natural event happening. Anthony Shelton. I hope you're right. I'm ready for it, and I can't take much more of this. The yoke is a huge burden, and I hope it will soon be lifted because it's been a long time coming. I'll tell you, I feel the same. And AB. We the people are sick of the bullshit. 100% agree with you there. AB, Dr. Etgon. This again. I suppose if you make this prediction every day forever, eventually you may be right. Even a broken clock is right twice a day. Craig Johansson. I try to keep an open mind, but some of your stories are extremely hard to swallow. Anyway, let's see. Henry PCR. Waiting. Same. Waiting. And remember, was it last month he posted something similar? Andrew. Hey, he works for the U.S Space Force. Yeah. What does that mean?
Underneath everything. 1. This isn't just about Earth waking up. It's about a whole universal quarantine lifting. Earth wasn't the only thing trapped. This whole solar system was under quarantine, like a prison field. Because timeline wars, a long time ago, messed up the natural flow between worlds. Earth is the keystone. Once Earth's real grids reactivate, the entire solar system starts to heal and move into a new level of freedom. It's way bigger than just humans waking up. We're untangling thousands of years of trapped energy across multiple planets. That's why it feels slow. We're fixing a universal scar, not just flipping one little switch. 2, most of what's happening isn't even happening on the surface. It's happening underground and off-planet. The world you see? It's a distraction show. The real work is ancient structures miles underground are waking up. Ancient cities under the oceans and land masses are activating. Off-planet civilizations that had to hide or sleep are starting to move again. You're feeling restless because you're sensing the movement underground and off-world. Even if your eyes can't see it yet, your soul knows there's bigger stuff moving behind the scenes. 3. The sun is not just a star, it's a living portal. The solar flares, the crazy energy spikes, they're not just weather. The sun is singing. The sun is broadcasting awakening codes, truth frequencies, directly into the Earth grids, the oceans, our bodies, even our dreams. It's burning off false timelines. It's scrambling old control fields. It's charging our bodies to remember. That's why you sometimes feel buzzy, exhausted, emotional, electrified. You're absorbing pure memory radiation. The sun remembers what Earth forgot, and now it's forcing us to remember too. 4. Time is already broken, and you're not imagining it. You are not in linear time anymore. You're living in layered time. Time has turned into woven threads, moving over and under each other like a big quilt made of realities. That's why you feel like days stretch and snap weirdly, like things feel off when you wake up sometimes, like dreams feel more real than waking life sometimes. You're surfing timelines now, not just living on one straight path. It's not just glitches or Mandela effects. You are already moving multidimensionally. 5. The reason it's so slow is because Earth is trying to save as many souls as possible. The awakening could have happened faster. But if they flipped the grid too fast, billions of people still trapped in fear and programming would have gone insane or self-destructed. Earth, and the forces guiding her, are being merciful by slowing the timeline bleed. They're giving every possible soul a chance to wake up gently. It's a rescue operation inside a jailbreak, inside a planetary rebirth. You feel ready, and you are, but a lot of others aren't yet. And the universe is trying to give them every possible chance. You're like one of the first soldiers already on the battlefield, waiting for the rest of the army to wake up. It's not your fault. It's slow. It's mercy playing out. If you feel bored or stuck, remember this. You are not stuck. You are charging. You are sharpening. You are holding the line until the floodgates open. And when they do, you're going to move like wild.
If unresolved trauma can store itself in your muscles, fascia, organs, cells, and the rest of your physical body, so can joy, gratitude, abundance, love, and peace. Your body is also a safe space. By Ryan Rose Evans.